2022, I embarked on a training course offered by a leading English testing organization to serve as an examiner for them. And that experience has proved eye-opening for me to realize the full extent of the difference between teaching and examining. Teaching is not just about imparting knowledge, as learning stems from a complex combination of cognitive skills and self-reliance. Self-reliance is what makes a learner critical and, in time, independent, as my studies in the Montessori education have taught me. So the weakness of some English learners lies sometimes in ineffective memory strategies, at other times in counterproductive learning habits, and in other cases in a lack of self-reliance that actually impairs learning. In this last case, working on getting rid of the fear of making mistakes and on the ability to trust oneself is even more important than the actual knowledge imparted, as the learner can't tap into that knowledge without feeling they can do so in the first place. That's why teaching is so intimately entwined with motivating. Teaching is based on trust and respect from the learner to the teacher. Two things the teacher builds in time by setting reachable shared goals, by explaining the learner how to achieve them, by guiding the learner to their achievement, by reminding the learner of the best practices to follow to get there, and by speeding up or slowing down to match the learner's pace and avoid over-challenging them. Teaching, or at least good teaching, is based on a personal relationship and requires deep empathy to resonate with the learner's needs and weaknesses and to work around them accordingly. This is the opposite to what examining requires. Examining means assessing someone's performance as unbiasedly as possible, thus ensuring the objectivity that good teaching should always be exempt from. An examiner is expected to behave professionally and encouragingly, but also unbiasedly. And examiners are trained to be both unbiased assessors guided by objective descriptors and interlocutors who never swerve from the script provided for the exam to ensure candidates' fairness and equal opportunities. Basically, the difference between being a teacher and an examiner is comparable to that of being a football coach or a referee. Both work on the pitch, it's true, but with completely different tasks and roles that account for the completely different trainings they are given and skills that are required of them. Personally, I love both. Teaching is far more enjoyable and, as explained before, personal. Examining, by contrast, is way more scripted and to some extent stricter, but proves tremendously beneficial to course design as it helps place students more accurately and set more realistic goals for their short-term improvement. Whenever the budget of a corporate or professional project enables us to do so, we make sure to have incoming participants screened by someone other than the teacher they will be working with. This way, unbiasedness is ensured to the benefit of the participants themselves. Likewise, even when a milestone or final test is administered by the teacher of the course, often again for budget-related reasons, as director of studies, I make sure to devote extra time to their correction to ensure the greatest unbiasedness as possible so as to give participants an objective and fair account of where they are in that moment of their learning process. I learn a lot from this, as I think examining does inform and benefit teaching skills as well.